Clinton family's massive wealth. Early life. Clinton was born William Jefferson Blythe III in Hope, Arkansas on August 19, 1946. His father unexpectedly died in an automobile accident 3 months before his birth. His mother, Virginia Dell Cassidy, moved to New Orleans to study nursing soon after his birth, and he was raised in Hope by his maternal grandparents, Eldridge and Edith Cassidy. His mother returned in 1950 and married Roger Clinton Sr., and the family moved to Hot Springs, Arkansas, where he grew up. Clinton almost immediately began using his stepfather's surname and legally changed his name when he turned 15. In 1963, Clinton visited the White House to meet then-President John F. Kennedy as a Boys Nation senator. This moment, combined with Dr. Martin Luther King's "I Have a Dream" speech, inspired a young Clinton to want to become a public official. Clinton would go on to attend Georgetown University in Washington, D.C., where he graduated with a degree in foreign service. After graduating, he received a Rhodes Scholarship to University College, Oxford. From Oxford, Clinton went to Yale Law School. Bill married his wife Hillary Rodham on October 11, 1975. Their only child, daughter Chelsea, was born on February 27, 1980. Bill is a grandfather to Chelsea's 3 children. Today, the Clintons live in Chappaqua, New York, in a home they purchased in 2016 for $1.6 million. Political career. After graduating from law school, Clinton moved back to his home state of Arkansas and began teaching as a law professor at the University of Arkansas. He ran for the House of Representatives in 1974, narrowly losing out to incumbent Republican John Paul Hammerschmidt. He then ran for Arkansas's Attorney General in 1976 with no opposition in the general election and was thus elected to the position. A mere 2 years later, he became the youngest governor in the country when he defeated Republican candidate Lynn Lowe at the age of 31 and took office when he was 32. He served his first term as president from 1993 to 1997 and won his re-election campaign in the 1996 presidential campaign. He served his second presidential term from 1997 to 2001. During his time in office, he signed the Family and Medical Leave Act of 1993, the Brady Bill, and expanded the Earned Income Tax Credit. He also appointed 2 justices to the Supreme Court, Ruth Bader Ginsburg in 1993 and Stephen Breyer in 1994. He left the White House with the highest approval rating of any president since World War II at 66%. However, his time in the White House was not without its turbulent periods. Clinton was impeached on December 19, 1998 by the House of Representatives. The House had voted 228 to 206 to impeach him on charges of perjury to a grand jury, and he was impeached a second time, 221 to 212, for obstruction of justice. The impeachment proceedings were based on allegations that Clinton had attempted to illegally obscure and cover up his affair with White House intern Monica Lewinsky. Eventually, the Senate acquitted Clinton of both charges. He is the second U.S. president ever to be impeached, the first being Andrew Johnson and the third being Donald Trump. Post-presidency earnings and philanthropy. Bill and Hillary would later admit that they had a negative net worth when they left the White House after incurring millions of dollars in legal fees as part of Bill's impeachment defense and sexual assault settlements. As soon as they were able, the Clintons hit the road to earn as much money as possible. One of the first ways the Clintons cashed in was through a book advance for Bill's memoir. Bill earned a $15 million advance for the rights to his memoir, smashing the record for the biggest book advance of all time. After adjusting for inflation, $15 million in 2001 is the same as around $21 million today, which technically makes it the largest book advance of all time, still slightly edging out the $20 million Barack Obama earned in 2017 for his advance. Bill's book, My Life, was released in 2004. Clinton earns between $150,000 and $700,000 per speech. His average fee is roughly $200,000 between 2001 and 2013 alone. Bill Clinton earned $106 million in speaking engagement fees. In 2012, he earned $17 million off 73 speeches delivered around the world. Many of his earnings came from speeches that were delivered internationally, including one in Lagos, Nigeria, for which he earned a record $700,000. When combined with Hillary's earnings, the couple generated around $280 million in income in the 2 decades since leaving the White House in debt. He remains in the public eye with humanitarian work, which he runs mainly through the Clinton Global Initiative. Furthermore, he also returned to the campaign trail for the 2008 presidential election, when he advocated and campaigned on behalf of his wife Hillary. She ran against Barack Obama in the Democratic presidential primary, losing out on the nomination. The Clintons returned in the 2016 presidential election, with Hillary running against Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump, eventually losing the spot to him. What is Bill Clinton's net worth? Bill Clinton is an American politician who has a net worth of $120 million. That is a combined net worth with his wife, Hillary Clinton. Bill Clinton was the 42nd President of the United States, serving 2 terms from 1993 to 2001. When they left the White House, the Clintons were technically in debt due to Bill's legal expenditures. Over the next 10 years, Bill alone earned $100 plus million in speaking engagement fees alone. As part of her failed 2016 presidential campaign, Hillary released 8 years of income tax returns. These returns showed that in 2014, the couple made $28 million, the majority of which came from speaking fees. In 2015, they made $10.6 million, of which $6 million was speaking fees. As a former president, Bill is entitled to a $200,000 annual pension. Clinton income history. When they left the White House, the Clintons were technically in debt due to Bill's legal expenditures and sexual harassment settlement payments. In the decades after leaving the White House, Bill and Hillary have earned more than $250 million from speaking engagements, book advances / royalties, consulting engagements, and investment income. If one assumes they earned at least $10 million in 2016, 2017, 2018, and 2019, they've earned roughly $280 million since leaving the White House, as you'll see in our chart below. In the late 80s and early 90s, before entering the White House, she also typically earned around $60,000 per year from corporate board fees for a total income of around $180,000. During the first few years of Bill's presidency, Hillary's income went to zero while he earned around $200,000 in base presidential salary. Their income jumped to $1 million in 1996 thanks to royalties from the release of Hillary's book, It Takes a Village. Did you enjoy our video? Please check this video out and leave a comment. Thank you for watching.